Hello everybody and welcome back to Comic Studio, and where today we're gonna be taking a look at Murder Drones Comic Studio. Oh god dang it as well. I'm probably not sure that is not going to be for some sort of that I guess. I knew that the Royal Mike did something as pretty as well that added into some sort of a list into his description on in the about section or like those things, or probably that we're gonna be viewing for some characters. But there's some kind of robots, of course. Even for some sort of drones, like those eyes are pretty visionized, like their nightmare rug, like some sort of faces are probably like futuristic, like those possible robots from the 21st century, or like some sort of a 21st century of those things, or even for some sort of like the blades of wing blades and some sort of hands or anything as well for some sort of like turn anything it probably was. So we're not doing this for some sort of characters, even for some sort of starting of this one, and the fan made stuff was probably pretty even this. And I never believe it. If that something was the hands, like there's some sort of a warning sign over here, or the lanes, like therefore, which means they were robots, but nothing similar. It wasn't like the endoskeleton for those things as well. Pretty aren't similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, but I never looked to do this as well. Even there is no other kinds of sprites except this. And probably the icons around here for some sort of like those things. And nothing at what it is one as well. So these are probably for some sort of icons, and probably like the characters were scenario or like this. Serial designation. The serial designation N probably could be the leader of itself, and for some that the members could be for round serial designation V and the designation J for around here. The company was absolutely for serial designations, could be anybody as well for some sort of three made for some sort of females or something as well. And I guess the theme song was pretty wild or some sort of wicked as well. These robots were probably wicked. If I just view the character as well, do you think it must be for some sort of a real robot as well? So we can't able to be showing this because some sort of like this copyright things isn't going to be in my video as well. So probably the multiple characters are the Uzi Doorman, Doll, Todd, Lizzie, CYN, or the Sin, and there must be Nori Dorman, Yiva, Alice, Biawu. There is not included in this character. There is a teacher over here, Condorman, Rebecca, Amanda, or Amda, like for some sort of an unknown robot or a pet. Minor WDF members, and finally Riley. At least there were two enemies, could be Tessa and Sinessa. The Sinessa was absolutely for some sort of monstrous thing. Isn't going to be for some sort of cities, is going to be for around here. We show off some sprites. If you turn off, that doesn't seems to be either. So this one should do it as well. So what is this thing is probably what it's not going to do. And we're not going to be doing this a little bit later as well. So nothing about for those more characters itself. And what about the backgrounds? Could be even this one, except this. So these backgrounds for ourselves were some sort of likely the future of planet Earth, could be in 21st century or the 22nd century for those things. These robots could be for pre-workers out here throughout, for the scientist has just making for something for the better robots for the 21st century to get there as pretty quick as possible. Even though that's not going to be meant to be as well. That since that the 20th century has just begun, they might absolutely try to think fast before something is absolutely going to be added anybody as well to turn into some kind of a little bit of those things as well. So I'm probably sure that will be taken away for just a little bit of the future as well. But in the future that we saw this is probably for pre-testing as well. And when does the robots test? Around 2077 or 2093? I really think that we're pretty possible as well before Ultra Kill or some sort of like anything of those things as well. So to reveal the banners as well, do you think that some sort of mouths are pretty ridiculous as well? If that something is pretty wild, that was scary and pretty intensely scary as well. So, am I gonna be using for studio crossovers and should be added for some sort of an ultra kill for something as well. So let me guess. Let's add it for the crossovers, and I don't think that something is going to be taking over for someone as well. Or think that should be for no shame that I just tried to do it. And of course, this isn't going to be possibly that I just did as well. So, and I'm gonna be added for around Xylitol Nova's place, like probably that I just did in IM as well. So, am I gonna be right back? And once it's fully done, we completely added Cookie Run characters, Doom guys, and the Ultra Kill mascot right over here for just anyway as well. But that wasn't going to be a good pleasure for like those things. We added these two main characters from some sort of animation of those things as well. So if you just try to get it for as well, then you know it as well. So that you know that some sort of murder drones was a CGI world like this, that I'm probably very sure that animated like some sort of for scrapbook like this thing, or some sort of for real animation like those things. The murder drones probably look terrifying as well, and as you can see that some sort of a rating in place as well. We added one of some sort of two backgrounds for around Cookie Run Kingdom as well, even around as well that the raid is starting a little bit for around those drones like those things, probably that we added for some sort of an ultra kill as this one. And so is this some sort of an unknown statue right in front of the castle for right here in Dark Cacao, and probably another one for some sort of like this is pretty scary for around here. Those some sort of an unknown wings, there are blades, and probably claws, or like themselves as probably to do so. That Doom guys are going to be shooting down like anything as pretty possible as well. And for some sort of like a cold place, these characters added Iron Cookie Bot, Sherbet Cookie, String Gummy Cookie, Icicle Yeti, Snow Sugar, Light Cream Cookie, Agent G-Jang, and probably for some sort of Black Alley as well. There must be Witchberry Cookie, an unknown cookie around here. And inside of the Black Alley that she was lost, it was Cotton Cookie around as well. And finds her way all the way out of here. And finally, we got for some sort of Xylitol Nova. Probably over here to protect our planet, or something. It's not going to be for pretty safe to do so as well, that contains around for some sort of villains, or not even some sort of like, I guess it was a little bit pretty shocking as well. If I'm just going to be looking around of this character as well, I'm probably not sure. This is pretty ridiculous, like on its tail is probably to do so. So it features like some sort of a tail or something, or I'm not gonna be very sure. That shouldn't they would be mentioning for this thing as well. So even that I'm just mentioning to this thing as well. And of course, it was pretty ridiculous as well for some sort of a GTA loading screen image and some sort of stuff, I guess. So, after we just completely used for some studio crossovers as well, and pretty sure that wasn't going to be a lot of fun, but I just actually won't be able to be saying for this thing as well. So, I'm afraid that you have to be at age of 18 to check it out of this comic studio, as of the link is going to be in description as well. So, but as you notice, Murder Drones is owned by Glitch. Also thanks to Liam Vickers for introducing the great things in my god Forsaken Forever or Life Ever called Murder Drones. Even that was absolutely pretty mentioned to do this as well, because if the Murder Drones is that contains like some sort of killing machines around more extremely madness or psycho power killers like those things, it was probably more than Five Nights at Freddy's, more than SCP-096, or anything it does, and for probably some sort of power as well. Even it's ridiculously more scarier than ever that I just probably that we never felt around as well. So I think that I'm gonna believe that we're gonna be end of this video, and don't forget that the link is gonna be in description below because I'm starting to get a little bit speechless as well, and also you have to be at age of 18 because it contains some stuff isn't going to be for anything as well, or for some sort of an underages as well that probably should be able to do so. The most recommendation is the main website of this comic studio to try to browse some comics like here just before, and that's it. Thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'm gonna be see you mini lads all later, including for some sort of comic studio users for around here as well. Bye bye. And I'm not gonna be forgetting about this. We're gonna be check out to browse some comics. If I'm gonna be scrolling up as well, even this is probably shocking a little bit for some sort of freaked out for one thing as well. So this is where that I just added for pretty yesterday as well. And here's the Doom guy over here. Probably. That should be going to be before around here. It was sounds pretty loud that we're just going to be scrolling down. So as I'm going to be scrolling down, one of those murder drone things that should be possibly, oh my dang it, absolutely going to be for around here. So this is kind of weird, and it's not going to be a little bit weird as well. So I'm not going to be getting me wrong. We're just going to be scrolling it down as well. So I guess this is absolutely, it's just an epilogue like this thing as well. So I'm not sure that I just pretty so wrong at this. This is gonna be the epilogue of this clip, or like those things, epilogue of this clip of this probably, that must be crazy monsters. Unlike Five Nights at Freddy's 4 for some sort of like those things as well. So I guess that was probably it. And it was some sort of possessing this out, because the popularity is that wasn't going to be pretty enough on YouTube, like anything for some sort of a YouTube searches, like anything but it probably it was. But that's it for now, and I'm gonna be signing off as well, that we're probably still probably looking around here, so I'm not gonna be looking around for some sort of a dim as well. So thankfully that should be going to be signing off as well, and that I just absolutely talking about that I just going to do.